Well, hello everybody. Welcome to our program today. We're so happy you're with us again this week. And I just have to take a moment and welcome our new viewers and our new partners. And our program is getting promoted by word of mouth across America. And many of you who see me on your local stations or local cable channel are sharing our information with people that are going to the YouTube and watching our shows. I meant to bring some letters today that have been written to me from people who have found us in the last couple of months and have written to me thanking me for telling you exactly the way it is and for being so honest and with an attitude and a heart of love. I think the devil is having a nervous breakdown, especially when God's people wake up and they know the truth. I lead our prayer teams in an unbelievable way every morning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We have intercessors nationwide. It's almost like I've got my own prayer team every morning. They are coming from California, New Mexico, Texas, and I say we're having our prayer call Monday through Friday at 5, 6, 7, and 8 because I'm Eastern Time. But people in all those time zones, and it's not just women. I don't have a women's ministry. We have couples, and we have just men whose wives are not really on board with understanding the issues of the day and prophetically knowing what is going on in the mind of God on behalf of this country at this time. And others don't want to hear negative. Well, we do all of that. Don't leave. This program is going to touch your life. I'll be right back. Well, you know, the Bible tells us to watch and pray. And during the past few days after this show is airing, it'll be a little bit late because our program airs a couple of weeks after we tape it. But we have been studying because of Pastor Jeffrey Daly from California, who heads up the National Day of Repentance. He has been giving us a summary of the days between Passover, the Resurrection Sunday, and Pentecost. And the days are called the days of Omer. And every day has a prophetic significance. And on our early morning prayers and our Saturday prayer at 2 o'clock p.m., where I host a briefing and prayer call, we deal with every issue at that day, at that time, that is significant to our safety, sovereignty, security, and especially religious freedom. And Pastor Daly summarized every day, different days, and today was so exciting to us. And this was day 48 of Omer. And again, Omer is the days between Passover and Pentecost. And every day has a prophetic significance based on its number. And today is 48. And 48 stood for the world harvest. And it stood that the separation had taken place. And the evil would be judged by God. They will be judged, and the righteous will be saved. And he said that when the Hebrews went in to take over the promised land, that God gave them 48 cities. He said he didn't give them deeds, which we now are in the process of losing a lot of our land. He didn't give them real estate. He said God gave the Hebrews the key to the cities, 48 cities in all in Israel. And it was such a wonderful this morning insight. And I said, God gave America. He gave us this land. He gave its rightful owners the key to have their land. And they should not be robbed. It should not be stolen from them. He gave it to its rightful owners. And in the past few years, starting with Bill Clinton, the government started seizing thousands of acres of our land, the wildernesses, took them over as national parks, giving them all different names, private land. And what most people don't know is when they begin to seize the land, they turn it over to the United Nations. Our Constitution has nothing to do with it. That's why in California, when there's so many wildfires and everything, the U.S. citizen is not allowed on the land that has been seized by our federal government. Bill Clinton took a lot of it. George Bush went right behind him, and the water. And then Obama did exploits with seizing people's land and turning it over to the federal government, which turned it over to the supervision and control of the United Nations. Most of the people in this country don't know this. Well, we just had an executive order by I don't think he is the president. I think he's an illegitimate president. You say, oh, that's not popular to say that. Oh, that makes you a racist. No, it doesn't. It makes me a realist. There are, in Arizona right now, and in Michigan, there's documented proof, and that's just 2 states that have come forward with the documentation of the voter fraud in our last election. The majority, 75 million people in this country, do not believe that what happened in November was legitimate. And I'm not embarrassed to say that. And I think the fact that 75 million people have been written off as insignificant in itself is a scary situation. I don't write off people who don't believe the way I believe. I don't write off people who don't think the way I think. I don't cross the parking lot not to go past a liberal or an atheist or communist. In fact, I like to go right up to them. I want them to see Jesus in me. I want them to see the smile on my face. Laughing on my way here with my caregiver to our studios today. With everything we're dealing with today, we're sitting there laughing at situations. And she says, Faye, I can't believe that you can find stuff so funny because you deal with such serious stuff. And she is not a conservative. In fact, she's a black liberal, if she knew what she was, which she's not. She's just a beautiful person who needs to know the truth. And I said, well, I don't take stuff personal. It's not up to me to right people's wrongs. It's up to me to talk to God about it. And it's up to us to educate and bring people to the truth that they can choose. And whatever they choose is what they have to live up to. You're going to choose right or you're going to choose wrong. You're going to choose Christ or you're going to choose not to have Christ. And the conditions of what you choose is what will come upon you. I cannot in any way bring judgment on anybody. I wouldn't if I could, because God says to tell them the truth and bring them to the knowledge of Christ. But our president, our acting president, did an executive order on January the 27th. And he is getting ready to confiscate, according to his executive order, 30% of the land in this country and 30% of the water in this country. And he's going to make it federally owned, which puts it under the United Nations. Now, a few years ago, I gave you a map showing all of the land that the other presidents had confiscated and turned over to the environmentalists. Why are they doing it? Because these liberal lawyers have figured out a plan. They file lawsuits on the computer. Now, I've been to their headquarters. Nothing there but a girl putting checks in the bank in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I said, where are all these lawyers? They are everywhere. They file their lawsuits on their computer. They sue the government. And then they've got people on the inside of the Department of Interior. Pay the lawsuit, pay the lawsuit. So they're money laundering. Well, we believe that a snail crossing the road is endangered. And you didn't make it endangered in the time limit you should. So we want $5 million. $5 million. They can go through Congress, nobody knows, and they've got a money laundering scheme like you wouldn't believe with confiscated land or false projections of environmental species, and we are paying the bills. I'm going to be talking about some more bills we're paying today, and I hope that you will listen to me and you will know that the state has no money. When people say the state's giving me this, the state has nothing to give you. You federal government's giving me this. The federal government owns nothing, has no business, has no way of earning money and having a profit. These are the taxpayers of this country. You and I are the ones that's picking up the bills for the scam that's taking place in the government that is supposed to be overseen by the Congress, the House of Representatives. And all you hear is, well, the federal agencies are doing this. No oversight. And they're getting ready to take 30% of our land. The executive order, January the 27th, the 30-30 plan of Joe Biden to take 30% of the water and then 30% of the land. And they're deciding right now which land to confiscate. It won't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, or nothing. What matters is your land valuable? Do you have gold on your land? Do you have oil on your land? Do you have rare minerals on your land? They're trying to decide right now what to take. So I need for you to understand how important this program is. And I need for you to understand how to change things and who is running this country. The people that are running this country have placed the wicked in authority. And when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our program and our programs every week. We want you to go to YouTube, Insight USA TV, and become a sponsor. You will see what we're doing on a regular basis. Also, if you'd like to receive our e-blast, you can go to our website, insightUSA.us, enter your email address, it's free, and you'll get our weekly e-blast and updates and our action points that God gives to us, and we're really bringing a major revolution to the children of God, and especially to intercessors. We're growing you up as a prayer warrior, so you don't have to be there. Just say, Faye, I'm going to get on board with you. I'm going to join your campaign. We're going to raise up 75 million people that's going to let the corrupt politicians and those in authority that need to go. Well, I want to share with you today, it took me hours to research and just get the facts about what is taking place with our tax dollars. And I finally got them itemized for our weekly Face Facts. Every week, I write a prayer bulletin. It's called Face Facts, Get the Facts. In the prayer bulletin, our current events, a Bible study, and biblically based prayer points based on the information in that week's facts. You need to get it. If you do not have it, you can call the 800 number on your screen, make a donation of any amount, and request your weekly Face Facts. You can also go on our website, insightUSA.us. It's posted on the website on a weekly or regular basis, and you can download it, you can print it, you can email it to your friends. But we are keeping intercessors and prayer warriors informed and on the mark as to how exactly to pray for what is taking place in our nation. We describe it spiritually. Right now, we are rebuking the devourer over our country, over our people in this country. It is the devourer that we are up against. We don't have a battle with Democrats. We don't have a battle with the people that are in Washington right now who are mostly anti-Semites. Our battle is with demons and devils. And we can identify who the devil's using, and we can identify demonic activity and decisions that mock God. But that's not who our battle's with. So you can sit here and gripe and complain or run and stick your head under the mattress if you want to. None of that will change anything. What changes is when we discern rightly exactly how to pray, what to pray for, and to plant our seeds that God will return to us what He has promised us, which is prosperity. Not poverty, but prosperity. But we had 324 members of Congress. And let me tell you how they're spending your money, not the federal government's money, not Joe Biden's money. He and his wife, they talk about the rich paying their fair share. They set up an account. They don't pay taxes. Mark Levine showed on his program on Fox that they set up, I don't know if it's a 501c3, 501c4, I don't know. But they do not have to pay taxes on the millions of dollars they make. They do not pay taxes on it. You're talking about hypocrites, and you need to know that, and you need to deal that with your congressman, not that most congressmen care. But this is how they're spending your money. We found members' pet projects included $5,000 earmarked to purchase Santa's gifts for sending in beach groves. $5,000 to purchase Santa's gifts for seniors in Beach Grove. And that was requested by Representative Andrew Carson, Democrat, Indiana. What I have in this Face Facts, and you need to get it, we're anointing this with oil. We're asking God to expose and rebuke the enemies of the United States citizens. And this is what you need to know. Who did it? That's why we ask you to get to a congressional directory so you know what's going on. I'm going to share that with you in just a minute. But you've got to know how your government works, and you've got to know who is working in your government. Here's the others. $250,000 to expand the offerings at the Michelle Obama Library, including workshops, events, and other programs. They want us to build Michelle Obama a museum, a library. $250,000 they're going to put. She and Barack were paying student loans when they got into politics. They're both worth almost $50 million each now. And we pay for their travel, we pay for their security, and his library is beyond anything anybody ever had. And now Michelle wants her own museum and library. The state's not doing that. Chicago's not doing that. D.C., Washington, and the politicians not. It's our tax money that they want to waste. And then $300,000 for a new dog park. Don't we need new dog parks in Montebello? And this was with Representative Linda Sanchez, the Democrat of Oklahoma. The person that wanted to give Michelle Obama her museum is Representative Nanette Diaz-Beringer, the Democrat of California. Michelle Obama's not even from there. $500,000 for Trenton artwork project, lighting and murals along a pedestrian bike path. And this was Representative Bonnie Watson of Coleman of New Jersey. And this is what I could sit here and you need to give me another hour and a half TV time, but this is where your taxes are going. And they want $10 billion of your money, my money, Social Security's money. It doesn't count what they're giving to illegal aliens. They're undermining, underpinning criminal activity, sexual trafficking, human trafficking. And they say, what can they do? We've won the election. We're not going to enforce the laws. We're not going to guard our borders. People, you can sit there if you want to. Pastors, you can act like nothing's going on. But God is getting ready to separate you. I believe that God is getting ready to bring the greatest prayer warriors and revival to America we have ever known. It's your choice. You should be at school board meetings and watching what they're doing to destroy the minds of our youth. Don't miss next week's show. We'll pick this up there. Hi, I'm hoping you're enjoying our program. The Lord told us to train up a child in the way he should walk, and when he's grown, he will not depart from it. Our ministry is adopting young people in this country. We're going to begin with the youth pastors to teach our Christian young people why they believe what they believe, so they will not be caught becoming indoctrinated at no fault of their own because of the laws that are being forced on them that mock God. Teenagers have right now epidemic of suicide. When you look and see how lost they really are, this is the mission field. We see other ministries showing you other nations, but our youth need Bibles. We want to place Bibles in their hands. We want the youth who know God to know why. Will you join me today and make that donation? Give the best gift you can give in the name of our youth. Well, our time has come and gone again, and I just want to remind you that if you enjoyed our program, and maybe it's the first time you've ever seen it, you can go to our website, insightUSA.us. You can read our face facts and the information that we e-blast to people who want to know what we're praying about, the exposure of so many things that's going on in our country. And I always give the source of the information. I don't make up anything. I'm not trying to just make things bigger. InsightUSA.us. You can also make a donation on that page, and if you'll enter your email address, you'll get our e-blast on a regular basis that keeps you informed. If you really would like to have a friend say, boy, I wish my friend had seen this, you can have them to go to YouTube / Insight USA TV, and our shows are posted on YouTube, and you can also email them the shows, as well as having people just to go there and get the information and go look at some of our past programs, because the Lord told us he came to expose. You have to understand that word. To expose in order to destroy the works of the devil. I believe that our nation is in a spiritual battle. I know we're in a political power struggle, and I know we need to repent. But I also know this nation has taken the gospel to the world. This nation, the Christians have given billions of dollars for the peace of Jerusalem, to help with Holocaust survivors. We do not have anything to apologize for the food that we give to the entire world. And I know that there's things that we're doing now that we've got to repent for, but we also have to thank God for our blessings. So today I want you to know, you need to know how your government works. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be intimidated by their rhetoric, their pictures, their contact information, senators, congressmen, the committees they serve on, the president, vice president, secretary of state. All of their information is in our congressional directory. And it's like a Bible to me. I have to know these names of all these people that have designated all these millions of dollars. $10 billion for squat. They're bankrupting us. You need to tell them, I saw what you're doing, and I want you to know that's my money, and we're not going to allow you to get away with this. You're not going to crash the stock market. You're not going to take us under, but you have to do your homework. So for $100 donation, you can call the 800 number, donate it through our 800 number, or you can go on our website, make your donation, or you can mail a check for $100 and say, Faye, I want the congressional directory, or just say, I want the directory, or I want the book, because this is the only thing I'm offering on TV. Please send it to me. I want to get involved. If you want to pray with us, the free conference and call number is 712-432-0900. And you need the area code. So you can call the 800 number because our calls are secure, to get the access code that you can join us with intercessors nationwide. Many of you have said, I need to do that. Well, it's time to do it. Many of you said, I should go to the school board meeting. It's time to go. Many of you should know where your tax dollars are being spent, and you contact your congressman. And don't be intimidated by the rhetoric that's going on that's trying to silence those of us that care about God and care about this country and care about each other. See you next week.
Faye wants to hear from you. Her desire to see America come out of exile is raising up one of the most powerful, informed, anointed, and united prayer networks in America for America. She is organizing Christians for the U.S. Constitution to give uncompromising believers back their voice and witness. If this program has blessed you and you believe in what Faye is doing, contact her, pray with and for her, partner with her. She would love for you to host an Insight rally in your church or city. Organize an Intercessors with Insight prayer team or join one. For a complimentary pocket-sized constitution or Faye's fax, call or email Faye. faye.usainsight@gmail.com. Write Insight USA.